We've all heard it before when we're upset. Go blow off some steam. Some people do this in the form of working out, going for a run, venting to somebody we trust, or even just going and having fun.
Emergency rooms often see patients with broken hands because they claimed to have been so angry they just had to hit something. Though many people may agree this is not a healthy response, how many people heard of or have possibly even tried the scream into the pillow routine themselves to let out some aggression? More importantly, does venting anger for any reason actually work to help calm down aggression?
According to a study conducted by Brad J. Bushman at Iowa State University, venting does not actually help one to alleviate anger or aggression at all. Bushman's research, Does Venting Anger Feed or Extinguish the Flame?, investigates the correlation between catharsis, rumination, and distraction and their effects on anger and aggressive responding. There are different theories out there to help explain each of these examples: catharsis theory, cognitive neo-association theory, and rumination and distraction. Catharsis theory is the theory that says venting anger will produce positive improvement. Cognitive neo-association theory states that adverse events, frustrations, provocations, hot tempers, produce a negative effect, which automatically stimulate expressive motor reactions.
Both part of catharsis theory. Rumination is when we direct our attention inward and we kind of stew over a situation over and over in our head and we think about what made us angry. Distraction is when we move our attention away and we focus on something else to get our mind off of it, like when we go on a hike or we go on a workout.
The hypothesis of this experiment was to prove which one of these theories would help diffuse anger best. Catharsis theory would predict the lowest levels of anger and aggression among participants in the rumination condition. Cognitive neo-association theory would predict the opposite results. This experiment took 602 undergraduate college students, 300 men and 302 women, who received extra credit in exchange for their participation. The data from 2 women were thrown out because they did not want to hit the punching bag. Even though participants thought that they were really going to be interacting with another participant of the same sex, they were really being tested individually, and were told that researchers were studying first impressions. Each person wrote a 1-paragraph essay on abortion, whichever stance they chose, either pro-life or pro-choice.
They were then told that the other participant, their partner, would review it and give feedback. When their essays were returned to them, they all had negative comments about it being the worst essay they had ever read.
After they read their responses, they were told to rate on a scale of 1 to 10 how much they wanted to perform each of 10 activities on a list which included hitting a punching bag, watching a comedy, playing a game. 2/3 of the participants received punching bag procedure.
Next, participants were assigned to rumination or distraction conditions. Those who were in rumination groups were shown a photo of a person of the same sex who they were led to believe was their partner. Then they were given boxing gloves and told they should think about their partner while hitting the punching bag.
Participants in the distraction group were told that they wouldn't know what their partner would look like and to think of becoming physically fit. Both partners were told to hit the punching bag as long as hard as they could, which then the researchers noted and tracked. Participants placed in the control group did not hit the punching bag. Instead, they sat for 2 minutes.
After all of the activities were completed, participants filled out mood forms that measured anger and positive affect. The next part of the experiment was presented to be a competitive reaction time task against their partner. They were told to press a button as fast as possible, and whoever was slower would receive a blast of noise. The participant was allowed to pick the level of noise as well as the duration of the blast against what their partner would receive. The results of his research study clearly demonstrated that venting anger does not reduce anger or aggression. Venting does not act as a catharsis, but actually has the opposite effect, causing a person to become angrier and more aggressive. Bushman's findings clearly demonstrated the participants who pummeled the punching bag while thinking about the person who attacked their essay were the most angry and the most aggressive out of the three groups. Getting their anger out by venting it on the punching bag did not even improve their moods. Participants in the distraction group did not experience the relief by simply venting in a healthy way. Ultimately, when someone is provoked by another and feelings of anger arise, an aggressive response may do little to alleviate the inner turmoil and will often have the opposite effect than what we are trying to accomplish. In Bushman's study, sitting quietly did not cause anger to build. Catharsis theory predicts venting anger should reduce levels of subsequent aggression, letting off a little bit of steam at a time instead of holding it all in until it reaches critical levels, causing a person to explode. The results of Bushman's study supports Berkowitz's cognitive neo-association theory and directly contradicts catharsis theory. The results of the experiment demonstrated that when a person is provoked by a situation or person, running the mental image of that person or event over in our minds in an endless loop only serves to keep aggressive thoughts and angry feelings in active memory, which makes people more angry and more aggressive.